Hello everyone, welcome back to another 2v2 battle with me and Surreal. We are playing as the Empire. We are versus some Chaos opponents for this battle here. My army consists of a frontline. We have 4 spearmen in total mixed in here. We also have the Tattersouls, Sigmar Sons for their Unbreakable. I have a steam tank. We have 3 handgunners, the Royal Altar of Griffites back here, 1 greatsword, a Amber Wizard mounted on the Griffin, Empire Captain mounted on the Pegasus, and Karl Franz mounted on his Griffin. For Surreal, we have 2 greatswords on the flank. We have a total of 2 halberdiers on each side as well. We have the Sterling's Revenge, Silver Bullets, group of handgunners. The Sigmar Sons are in the back, the front line of Tattersouls, and then Flagellants. Then he also has a General of the Empire on a Griffin, and then another Empire Captain here, and an Amber Wizard mounted on a horse. We are facing off against 3 Marauder Horsemen with throwing axes, 2 Chaos Puppies with poison, Chaos Knights with shock lances, an entire front line of Chosen. 2 Aspiring Champions are back here, led by Kolek. We also have a Giant for this player, and then this player has 2 Marauders, great weapons on each side, then 2 Chaos Warriors with great weapons on each side, 2 Chosen with great weapons on each side, Chaos Giant, 2 Chaos Spawn, a Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Fire, Big Bird, 2 Aspiring Champions, and I think that's it. Yeah, that's the 2 of the Chaos Spawn. So, thematic battle here, Empire versus Chaos. I'm going to move out first with my Amber Wizard and do what the Amber Wizard does, and a reason why they are so good. We're going to cast some Flock of Dooms. Now, this player isn't really in a very dense formation, so I'm only going to be able to hit 2 units, but any type of damage you can get on these Chosen before battle actually starts is going to be in your favor, because Chosen are very difficult to fight. You can see the Marauder Horsemen with throwing axes are going to try and catch me here, but I'm pretty quick, so that's not going to happen. You can see our Steam Tank is also doing some damage to the Chosen with great weapons. And I'm just running away from the Marauder Horsemen, who are going to run into my handgunners. I think they should be here. Yeah, there we go. So we're going to get some shots off my handgunners. For some reason, my army halted in movement. I must have pressed a button or something, so now they're all like facing this way. And I'm like, well, that's annoying, so I'm going to just have to kind of reface them here. So we get some okay damage on the Marauder Horsemen with the handgunners. My Royal Altar of Griffites here are basically on defense duty to protect the handgunners, because they are a big part of this particular army, to try and shut down all the armor that the Chaos is going to bring, and that they did bring. You see here another Flock of Doom going on these Marauder Horsemen, and then these Chaos Warriors, because I could just grab 3 units here, so I decided to cast it there. So I'm going to do some decent damage with that Flock of Doom up there. I'll show Surreal's battle a little bit later. You can see the Chaos Sorcerer of Fire try to cast a Fireball on our Amber Wizard, but Fireballs, while very powerful against unarmored soldier or unarmored troops and can murder casters in nearly 1 hit of Fireball, when you're mounted on a Griffin and paying attention, you're not going to be able to hit the person on a Griffin because they're too fast. As long as it's dodged correctly. So these Marauder Horsemen with throwing axes decide to charge my Spearmen, which is not a choice, so I'm going to... I thought I charged them. I guess didn't. I'm going to pull up to the Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Fire. I thought I did a quick charge here. Again, my Royal Altar of Griffites are sitting here on defense duty for the handgunners. Big Bird cast the Hounds of whatever, so I'm going to split my units away from that. I think I sent my Royal Altar of Griffites on the Big Bird along with my Flying Force. I was going to take out the Chaos Sorcerer of Fire, but Big Bird is a bigger problem, you could say. Meanwhile, the front line of Spearmen will eventually collapse under Chaos Marauders in normal situations, but we do have great swords. We do have the backing of handgunners. You can see another Fireball try to cast from this Chaos Sorcerer of Fire, getting my Amber Wizard, but it didn't happen. So now my Royal Altar of Griffites and my Hero Squad is just going to follow Big Bird around, and Big Bird is very low armored, so he is going to be taking a lot of damage. You can see the Giant and these Chosen have pierced through my initial Spearman line. I'm going to try and throw my Greatswords in here to try and pin them down. Keeping my handgunners alive, who are focusing down on Big Bird right now. Doing all I can to just try and bring down their leadership there. And again, the front line, the Sigmar Sons are holding to the bitter end. That's why I put them in here. Same with the Tattersouls. They are unbreakable, so that kind of guarantees that your line is going to stay there for a while. The Steam Tank is also unbreakable and will be able to fight for a very, very long time. I was expecting the Spearman to break, so that was just bound to happen eventually. But you can see we are getting a lot of nice shots here on these Chosen with great weapons, which is excellent unit to shoot at with your handgunners, while the Hero Squad continues to chase around Big Bird and dealing massive damage. There's really not much Big Bird can do in this situation because they don't really have any other heroes or like flying units to stop ours. So it's just kind of like a matter of time before we get him down. You can see I'm going to summon my Pharaoh Manticore. I was waiting on Winds of Magic because I used a lot of it on the Flock of Dooms. But now the Pharaoh Manticore is here, and I think I sent it to cause terror in parts of their army because the Manticores do cause terror. So I want to get the enemy to rout. You can see my Royal Outdoor Griffites is going to pull away from the giant battle they were at. Try and save my handgunners. Again, I have them on defense duty. They're going to go against these Chaos Spawn. I'm going to try and pull out the handgunners as much as possible. You can see these handgunners managed to rout off that Chosen with great weapons. And there we go. We have Big Bird surrounded with some spearmen and just continue to chase them there. Sigmar's Sons holding to the bitter end. Look how many units they're holding back. Now, if this player micro a little bit more, they could just move units away from this conflict and into my handgunners. But luckily they didn't, and that's what I kind of count on. If there is still a unit there, that they will hold what is ever around them. And that's exactly what's happening with Sigmar's Sons. So that's excellent for me. Continuing to chase Big Bird, have him almost dead at this point. He is dealing some decent damage to my handgunners as he keeps charging around, which is honestly really annoying. This player definitely put a lot of their micro into keeping Big Bird alive as long as possible, doing charges here and there, but we did eventually get him. And now with all of our units free, I think I have my Manticore. There's my Manticore. It was down here to try and help this right flank, which was starting to kind of buckle under these Chaos Warriors and Marauders. So now it's just causing terror to the units that are not immune to terror, which are all of those. It's going to chase them off, and then we're going to get into their Chaos Sword of Fire. Who's back here? These Marauder Horsemen with throwing axes were being slightly annoying, so I decided to cause terror to them and chase them off. Here we have another Flock of Doom being cast in the units, so they're going to be taking a lot of damage. Now, it's kind of like a lot of small units in here with the Aspiring Champions and the Chaos Spawn, but damage is damage. Last Chaos Spawn unit over here died. Actually, no, I think that one was attached to this group over here. So they're still technically alive. Now we're doing a full charge of the Chaos Lord of Fire, who's just kind of out here and unprotected. Karl, Franz, and the Amber Wizard are more than enough to kill him. Also, you can see that they're going to terrify him because they're on Griffins that cause terror. So he is going to start routing, but he will come back as long as you don't chase him. The power of the terror unit here is like, if I really needed to, I could continue to chase him with like our Empire Captain and just never let him regain his morale. Actually, I don't know if they're terrified. I think they actually do gain their morale back. No, they went into breaking. Never mind. As long as you continue chasing, they won't get their leadership back. That's why terror is pretty powerful. And I have a lot of it. Steam Tank, 2 Griffins, Manticore over here. It's a lot of terror. But the main line here, this giant is just getting picked to pieces by these handgunners. I still have my Royal Outdoor Griffites just kind of bouncing from engagement to engagement. Now you can see we have shattered the Chaos Giant and shattered the rest of the troops over here. And my handgunners remained relatively well protected because the Royal Outdoor Griffites are really good at a lot of things. So I just had them in the backfield behind my lines this entire battle, bouncing from Chaos Spawn to whatever was threatening the handgunners, and it worked out pretty well because, you know, go figure, the renowned Griffites are pretty strong in a lot of situations. So anyway, let's pause it here and we will see how Surreal's fight went. Here you can see that these silver bullets, I believe that's the silver bullets that are firing, getting some decent shots into Kolek's Sun Eater, so he is going to temporarily withdraw as the rest of his chosen army is going to march forward. Yes. Oh, no, that's just a group of handgunners. Silver bullets are nearby, though, too. And then, of course, he has Stone's Revenge. Stone's Revenge is a very solid unit. I really like that. I've been doing some tests with the Stone's Revenge, and hopefully I'll do an Empire build with them. And I'm trying to incorporate Free Company Militia, and it's been a long process of just kind of having to whittle down the amounts of Free Company Militia that I'm bringing in the army, because too many are just not going to work. But they are a decent unit. They're a decent unit. So I'm messing around with the build that has Stone's Revenge, and I think currently 2 additional Free Company, just to have some sort of Free Company love in my videos, because I don't have like any videos with Free Company love, because they're not the best. It's just like the Empire has a lot of units, so like the Free Company was kind of one of those extra units. They're like, I mean, like, they're fun, but they're not the best. But anyway, we have a great Flock of Doom being cast by Surreal's Amber Wizard here, just catching all these Chosen and the Aspiring Champions on their approach. Amber Wizard is definitely, in the current meta, I think, the most powerful wizard for the Empire, just because of Flock of Doom. Potentially, it has a 300 range if you overcast it, so it's kind of like having an artillery mage, and can definitely get a lot of people that just sit back and, I don't know, hammer you with artillery, where you can kind of counter artillery with your spells, and it's the Amber Wizard is amazing. But anyway, we have the Aspiring Champions and the Chaos Lines are going to be meeting up against these Flagellants. Now, if these are all swordsmen, like the swordsmen would be breaking pretty damn quickly against Chosen, because Chosen are just so good. But at least with the Flagellants here, this is actually kind of a good pick to hold them in place, because Flagellants will fight into the bitter, and you can see how much damage they already taken. It's like in this situation, the swordsman would have definitely been routing at this point, and the center would have already been broken through. But the Flagellants are really good against Chosen to hold the line. We have another good flock of Doom being cast here against Kolek, and all of these Chosen Inspiring Champions and the Chaos Knights that have charged through the center to try and get into Surreal's General of the Empire and the Empire Captain. You can see that Kolek has busted through the center of the line, so the Royal Outdoor Griffites are being sent to attack him. They are really good at killing Kolek. As you will see here, they can do a lot of damage as Surreal's more squishier range units going to try and run away. You can see some Halberdiers are also responding to the threat of Kolek in the back line. But only Kolek made it back here because everything else is being held by these unbreakable units. Unbreakable Flagellants, like I've seen people talk about how bad Flagellants are. The point of Flagellants isn't necessarily to kill their enemy outright. The point of the Flagellants is to hold the line until the bitter end, which is so powerful. You see that Kolek had no support back here because all the Flagellants still holding. No Chaos Spawn, or no Chaos Chosen were able to pierce through the lines to assist him against that fight against the Griffites. So he got destroyed almost because the front line is unbreakable and nothing is getting through. Unbreakable is such a good trait to have. Flagellants are really good. Tattersouls are amazing. Flagellants are good, but Tattersouls are amazing. So Kolek is going to charge here into the forest against the Tattersouls, but he is still not safe from the amount of handgunners. The Silver Bullets, Sterling's Revenge, and the normal handgunners back here are just going to continue to pour fire into him. Meanwhile, Surreal's Hero Squad is over here on the left flank dealing with the Chaos Knights and these groups of Chosen. And you can see the Halberdiers were moved up here on the left flank to kind of basically shore up the left side so they couldn't flank around. So these two Chaos Puppies, which is kind of a misuse of the puppies, just because they have poison damage, you should actually have these spread along the line as much as possible in this situation. Not bunched up against just one Halberdier unit. It's kind of a little bit of a waste. But hey, micromanaging is hard. Not sarcastic. It is hard. There's a lot going on in battles like these, so little mistakes happen to everybody. But anyway, Kolek is still being shot at. You can see, I believe he is manually pulled out. Yeah, he is not currently routing. But the Royal Outdoor Griffites are just nipping at his heels, so this is not a situation that he is going to enjoy. Kolek Sun Eater is a very good unit, but the Griffites are kind of a hard counter to him. There you can see he is finally starting to rout. And now he did a perfect somersault, 10 out of 10 on his death. Very good, Kolek. Chaos Giant finally breaks through the Flagellants and now is going to be hammered by the handgunners. And I believe the Royal Outdoor Griffites are going to be coming back soonish to assist again in that fight. Meanwhile, the Hero Squad of the General of the Empire and the Empire Captain were still over here. I believe another Flock of Doom was cast in this group as well from the Amber Wizard, who... I lost track of the Amber Wizard. Somewhere around here. There you are. The Amber Wizard right there. So yeah, the Hero Squad here, including the Manticore that the Amber Wizard has summoned, is going to manage to rout the Chosen because now they don't have any leadership, which definitely does not help them in the morale department. Oh, and I guess the Royal Outdoor Griffites were not pulled back to assist against the Giant. But that's fine because the Giant is now going to shatter and slowly walk off the field of battle. Let's see, so their army is shattered. What's left? Oh, these Unbreakable Chaos spawn. And then they are going to fall, and that's going to be a victory for us. Let's take a look at the kill screen. So actually, before I talk about the kills here, real quick on this build. This is a more serious build. If you substitute Karl Franz out of here for a General of the Empire and then add additional Greatsword with the unit or with the money saved from Karl and probably add something else, I would probably take this into a tournament. I don't usually do builds like this, the more serious builds, but this was the end of a day of a lot of cheesy games. The Gorbel game that I showed you in the last episode was just one of the games that we played that was just against some bullshit. So we were kind of tired. So we both brought an Amber Wizard. We, both had a flying squad. Flying, I think, in this game right now is too strong. I think is way too good. The Amber Wizard, I think, is way too good for what he can bring. Because one thing you gotta realize here is not only are the Griffins very powerful in combat, and you can outflying like any other race. You can outfly Bretonia, Chaos, if you really want to go for it. You would probably add one additional Empire Captain in this build, and I don't know, Nyx, maybe like the Sigmar Sons or something. But with two Empire Captains, a General, and the Amber Wizard all on flying mounts, and then the Manticore that the Amber Wizard can summon, you can typically outfly anybody. And as long as you win the fly game, then this hero squad will basically net you a win, nearly guaranteed. It's super strong, and I don't like to bring it often. But again, I was in one of those moods. I was tired of some bullshit players. So So yeah, there you go. This is a basically tournament build. Because another strong thing about this is all of the terror that it brings. Terror is not something that I talk about too often, and you know, actually I'll show you that here in a little bit. Let's just go quickly over the kills here. Frontline held pretty well, Spearmen did pretty well. You can see I put some ranks into them to try and improve the leadership a little bit more. Great Swords did alright, the Handgunners did exceptionally well, Royal Dwarf Gear Fights did exceptionally well, and the Steam Tank did well too. For Surreal, Brother Fistus, 41 kills in general in the Empire. Empire Captains did really well. The Flagellants held the line against Chosen, which is amazing. That's what they are there for. And 0 kills in Stoner's Revenge. Maybe they were blocked for most of that, like obstructed. But I know they got some shots in on Kolek and like Giants and stuff. So like, there's a low amount of kills here, but they were fighting or shooting at the very large targets, which is probably why. But anyway, good for you. And then Matt's here, 75 kills on Big Bird, even though he's being chased by my hero killing squad. That's pretty good. Marauders did really well. The Chaos Line did really well. The Marauder Horsemen with throwing axes, I don't think they're that great. If you want to take Marauder Horsemen, especially 3 of them, just get Horse Masters. The Horse Master Javelins are very strong. They're good against almost anything as long as you have them focusing down on one single target. And then after they're done with the ammunition, they're still very decent light cav, like light shock cav. So Marauder Horse Masters, definitely take. Throwing axe Marauder Horsemen, I don't know. I mean, take them if you want them. Listen, I don't want to judge you if you want to bring throwing axes, but Horse Masters are much better. Chaos Spawn did really well, and then the Giant did really well for Matt, and then Smill here, 67 kills on Kolek. Not bad. Inspired Champions did really well. Chaos Chosen did okay for the most part. They killed a lot of Flagellants. Chaos Knights, 113 kills. The Chaos Puppies were just kind of thrown there on the left against the Halberds. They did alright. And the Chaos Giant of 81 kills. The Amber Wizard's Griffin does look pretty cool. I'll say that. It is pretty cool. Flock of Doom, man. Now, if Marauder Horsemen with throwing axes were as powerful as like the Dwarf Rangers throwing axes, holy shit. Holy shit, that would be insane. A mobile force of dwarven great weapon throwing axe people. Oh my god, that would, you would see that in every build. Oh god, that'd be insane.
Fight the beast in the air!
Go get him, Big Bird. I believe in you. Over here, I set my Steam Tank out in front of the rest of my army so that it could take the charge of the... Okay, maybe not. I pulled it back. I thought I must give another move order. My initial thought, I remember, was putting the Steam Tank in front to take the charge of these warriors. Oh well. I guess I didn't. Oh, I did though. Get Big Bird! So many chosen. Also, I didn't really notice how these Chaos Knights were never really pulled out. I think they were just charged in once and never really cycle charged at all. The Shock Cav really needs to be cycle charged to get the max use out of them. At least for Chaos Knights, though, they have a lot of high armor and decent melee stats to kind of keep them in a prolonged melee fight. Bad breath! Get that thing of Tic Tac. Actually, a lot of Tic Tac. You need to put like a couple of whole packages of Tic Tacs into that mount. Tattersoul's just kind of hanging out back there. I don't know who they were chasing. Maybe Kolek? Oh no, because Kolek somersaulted over there. I don't know. These Grey Swords held on a long time against us Chosen. But of course, these are just normal Chosen. They're not the great weapon ones. Ooh! Cannon to the literally the back of the head. Damn. Yeah, I think that would knock down most anything. Ooh! Oh, just crawl, man. Act dead. Just play dead, giant. For the love of God, play dead. Oh, the kneecap. Oh, man. I just want to see this giant get shot. Aw. Back of the head, square in the back of the spine, and then the kneecap. Like this, who was ever piloting this steam tank, they knew what they were doing. Good job, pilots in the steam tank. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you all next time. Take care.